Few would sign up for the hard road, but this Colombian cyclist chooses it every day. Laura Polanco willingly fights the uphill battle.
You need to climb mountains. And also, when we are climbing, we feel like, I want to give up. This is so hard. I want to stop. But once you are up there in the mountain, you feel like, wow, I climbed all the way up.
Like a cup of Colombian coffee, the recent immigrant found a taste of her home nestled in the mountains of Dahlonega, Georgia.
It's cold. It reminds me of Colombia. It reminded me of Bogota, the mountains where we usually go.
She came to the United States with 2 suitcases and her bike in tow. While the world around her changed in every way, her bike was her steady and constant companion.
I found in the bike something that I identify myself, and it is challenge. I love challenges, and when I'm biking, I have ups and downs, and this is how I feel in my life. When I decided to come to the United States, it was something very different, challenges, new culture, new language, so that's why my bike is always with me.
She makes sure to prepare for each challenging ride.
Because when you are pedaling, you are pulling and you are pushing to advance. So you do both moves.
She uses both to succeed in life.
I would say every day is like pedaling for my dreams since I decided to come here, and I don't want to give up.
The constant pedaling mirrors her real life.
I would say that cyclist, I will define it like as a resilient. It is a sport that you have to stay on the bike for many hours, and you have ups and downs, and this is how I feel in my life.
Laura says that once her pedals are secured to endure those ups and downs, she sets her GPS.
Every cyclist needs a GPS, especially because it's going to show you where to go. And especially here, for example, in Colombia, I knew the route, but here everything is new and I want to explore new route.
While she focuses on where she is going, she doesn't forget where she came from.
Almost 40% of the Colombian population, they have a bicycle. And if you compare that with the United States, it is around 15 or 20%. So if you have a bicycle in Colombia and the roads are very steep and you are using that as a transportation because it is not easy in Colombia to have a car.
In a way, bikes and biking are the threads that connect Colombians. Rich or poor, prosperous or war-torn, farmer or city worker, cycling runs through the veins of Colombians and their country. Through decades of turmoil, cycling became a national symbol of perseverance as the country produced some of the world's most competitive cyclists. And still, it remains the sport of choice for even the everyday Colombian.
That's the way how you go to the store to buy things, and you just have for fun. You have friends. You have friends that they want to do the same. You want to compete. You want to appreciate the view. And I think the bicycle is a good way to do that.
Laura proudly keeps the tradition alive. For this Colombian, biking is a sense of accomplishment.
Anytime I'm biking, I say I want to give up. And once I'm done, when I reach the mountain, it's like, wow, that's a long way, but I've been climbing non-stop, and I try to do the same in my life. And when you see back and you see all the things that you have achieved, it feels good. Like I can do much better things as well.
And she has gone on to bigger and better things. Laura balances multiple jobs and is a full-time student pursuing a master's in international business. And still, her time commitment to cycling doesn't slow her down. In fact, it's the key to her success.
It makes me to be more committed with my goals. I have that discipline, so I need to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. I work out, and then I start to do my other responsibilities.
One pedal after another, she climbs onward.
I think whatever I want to do in my life is consistency. At the beginning, it's going to be difficult, of course, but once you adopt it as a discipline, you'll say, oh, consistency is the key. And every time I'm going somewhere, I set up my GPS, and it's important for me because I know where I'm going. And I have that in my life, in my goals, with my career right now, and I know where I want to go, and I'm going to define the route I want to go. Also, to be willing to do the things that other people, they are not going to do. That's going to make the difference.
Through it all, her heritage gives her strength.
About Colombian people, I would say we are resilient, we are strong, we like challenges, and also we are very competitive.
Her most recent goal is to train for a half Ironman triathlon.
You have to swim for 1,800 meters, and then you do your transition to the bike. You need to bike for 40 kilometers. It is around 23 miles. And then you run a half marathon, and it's 21 kilometers.
She plans to return to Colombia for the race in December. Her GPS is set for that destination, and the destination is Colombia. In Dahlonega, Georgia, this is Joel Brene for GSUTV.